Good afternoon and welcome to the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please silence all of your electronic devices. It interferes with the Commission's reporter. And if you're appearing today, please come forward and introduce yourself and your client's name and spell your name for our Commission reporter. And if you're here to testify on any matter on the agenda, please come forward, be sworn in by Ms. Harai, and introduce yourself and spell your name for the reporter. With that being said, Commissioners, let's go into the public hearing, calling agenda item number 1, transfer application number 20-20176 from MAS Trading, Inc. Right here, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Alta. I'm MAS Trading INC owner.
Please be seated. Ms. Harai?
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Okay, motion to approve, transfer application number 20-20176.
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 1, transfer application number 20-20176 is approved. Moving into the preliminary hearings, calling agenda item number 2, application number 20-20209 from Rain Tree Bakery Coffee House, Inc.
Hello, Commission. This is, my name is Jerry Hardy.
Please have a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
Jerry Hardee. I'm the owner of Rain Tree.
Thank you very much. Commissioners?
Okay, motion to approve application number 20-20209.
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 2, application number 20-20209 is approved.
Thank you, Commission.
Calling agenda item number 3, application number 20-20362 from Crave LLC, DBA Billion Osha.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Lee, how are you?
Thank you, sir. Fine, thank you. I'm lost for words.
Have you had an opportunity to review the investigator's report?
Yes, sir. James Lee, representing Crave LLC, DBA Billion Pocha. Seated to my right is Changhyun Park, CHANG, HYUN, last name PARK. We have reviewed the investigative report and there's nothing new to add at this point.
Thank you very much. Commissioners?
Okay, motion to approve application number 20-20362.
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 3, application number 20-20362 is approved.
Thank you very much and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much. We're having duck. Calling agenda item number 4, application number 20-20862 from Surfin' Mermaid Tavern.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good afternoon, sir.
This afternoon.
Please,
I'm
please sit.
Attorney Sean Scott for Surfing Mermaid Tavern, LLC. First name is Sean, S-E-A-N. Last name is Scott, S-C-O-T-T. To my right is the owner of Surfing Mermaid Tavern, Mark Litchfield. Spelled M-A-R-K-L-I-T-C-H-F-I-E-L-D.
Thank you. Commissioners? Yeah. Can you, maybe can you share with us what's going on over there? What is the arrangement that you have? Understand you're applying for your license.
Yes, that's correct. I think Sean would probably be best because it's a bit of a legal thing.
Yeah, this is the current site of Kawailoa Tavern,
Correct.
correct? So you
Correct.
folks are purchasing the business from them
Correct.
or taking over the lease?
We purchased the business
Mhm.
as an asset purchase originally.
Okay.
As we got into the asset purchase, we're going to do an asset purchase and transfer. We found a lot of violations.
That's why we're asking what's happening.
That's why we wanna know what your plans are, sir.
Right.
Not to be here for any violations, that's my big,
That
Thank you
sounds
very
good.
much. That's a great answer.
thank you.
So, we made sure that, first of all, that the landlord was reimbursed at the closing from the proceeds, which was around 80, nearly $90,000. And then the liquor law violations and many other things. Given that we were short on time by that time to do a transfer, we did an equity purchase after we made sure that, you know, the liabilities were not there. So at the 11th hour, we did an equity purchase to transfer.
And what is your plan for the Surf and Mermaid Tavern? What kind of restaurant,
So,
what is the concept?
Restaurant, bar, with music and dancing. The type of entertainment would be primarily like one or two piece Hawaiian band on a couple days of the week. Karaoke, probably on Thursdays or Fridays, those types of.
Please make sure that you read and read through the statutes and rules thoroughly, because a lot of what Kawailoa Tavern wanted to do and the reason why they had violations is because what they were doing was not allowed within their class and category of license. So there's lots of things that you want to do, but they may not be allowable in that class and category, and you need to come to the commission to get prior permission, or you will be subject to violations.
Based on all Jason's mistakes, I'm not doing any entertainment whatsoever until I can get approval.
But even
from-
karaoke machines,
But that's-
dartboards, pool, you know, that you folks need to make sure that what you want to do is allowable within your class and category. Because we don't wanna see you here either. It
Yeah.
doesn't bring us any pleasure to fine you folks for those things. But
Yeah.
those are the rules, and in fairness to other licensees, we need to make sure that everybody is treated fairly.
Absolutely.
Good. And our administrative staff, they're here to help you. So if you have any questions, what do I need to do this? What do I need to do that? They'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Commissioner?
Okay, motion to approve TAP application number 20-20862.
Second?
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 4, application number 20-20862 is approved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good luck, thank you for coming. Agenda item number 5, a stock transfer application. Oh,
Mr. Chair.
yes, I'm sorry.
You might wanna stick around for the 6-month probationary report. That's, it's a different, like, it's number 7.
Number
Yes,
7.
hang right on there, I missed that.
We'll take that now,
I have it right here, Anna, thank you very
Yep,
much for
no problem.
reminding me. Okay, so, calling agenda item number 7, this is a review of Kawailoa Tavern LLC, DBA Kawailoa Tavern. So is anybody here from there? Nobody here too? You are representing them?
Yes.
All right.
Surf and Mermaid owns.
Yes, right, yeah,
Um,
okay.
So, as I understand it, that's probably not transferable to the new license, those determinations. If not, we would just recommend no action be taken. So we do plan to dissolve Kawailoa probably
Mhm.
next week.
Okay, very good.
Just so we are done with that.
Just for the record, let me hear from enforcement, please, because they have been out on the premises. The former
Captain
licensee,
Fontaine.
excuse me, the former licensee had a bad habit of doing anything that he wanted to do, as you probably observed.
Catherine Fontaine, supervising investigator for enforcement. During this past 6 months, there's been eight inspections done at Kawailoa Tavern, 5 NOVs issued, 3 warnings, but none related to the review.
There you go. Thank you very much. And there's no action required by
No
the
action
commission.
required.
No, sir.
So you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's go back to number 5, correct?
Yes, sir.
Calling agenda item number 5, application number 19-16652 from Food and Beverage Associates, Inc., DBA Chef Marvel Restaurant. Introduce yourself, spell your name.
My name is Jeremy Shikikane. I'm the president and the owner of Chef Marlboro Restaurant.
Okay, commissioners, I think we were waiting for some information on this.
Now, there was
Confidential.
last week, there was, and this item and the next item, the applicants did not appear, so we just bumped it.
And what do you recommend, Ms. Wright?
Oh, the only reason why there was not a request made to administration or licensing with respect to agenda item number 5, we just rescheduled it because the applicant did not appear.
That is correct, I remember now. Okay, very good.
That's good.
Yep, with that being said, commissioners,
Okay, motion to approve stock transfer application number 19-16652.
Second.
moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 5, application number 19-16652 is approved.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 6, request number 19-16872 from Siam Restaurants LLC.
Good afternoon, my name is Sam Valapianta, this is B-E-L-L-A-P-I-A-N-T.
Thank you very much. Commissioners?
That's good. Okay, motion to approve request number 19-16872.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 6, request number 19-16872 is approved.
Thank you.
Can I have a type of action for agenda items number 8 through 18 inclusive?
Yes, Chair. Motion for the adoption of decision and order for agenda items 8 through 18 inclusive.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. The adoption of decision in order, agenda items number 8 through 18 inclusive are approved. Let's move on to beautification. Calling agenda item number 19, Dean and DeLuca.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the
Good
Commission,
afternoon.
Deputy Corporation Counsel Pedro Gata.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Yohei Takahashi from Dean & DeLuca. I'm the president of the company.
You can sit down.
Thank you very much.
On or about February 26, 2019, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee sold, served, or furnished intoxicating liquor to a minor or allowed consumption of intoxicating liquor by a minor, specifically Edna Lynn Nakapoi, at the licensed premises in violation of Section 281-78, subsection B1A of the Hawaii Revised Statute.
Ms. Ogata, was this part of our compliance check?
Yes, it was.
Sir, how would you like to plead?
No contest, please.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 19, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata, your recommendation.
This is a second violation, and the recommendation is a $2,000 fine.
When was the first?
The first violation was 1 year ago.
Thank you.
Second time
Yes.
selling to minors.
Yes.
We understand the type of place that Dean and DeLuca is, however, the rules apply to all licensees
Yes.
equally. So any explanation for why
Yes.
the sale occurred?
Can I?
Go ahead.
So after the first violation, I add to the POS system to age checking system, so that since then nobody allowed to sell to the customer without punching the date of birth by checking the ID. But unfortunately, one of the staff mispunched in of the ear part, so that's why by mistakenly my staff could sell to the customer, underage. So to try not to have the same mistake, So we also add a double checking system, which is having a counter. The date counter shows don't sell before this type of day, so like a date counting system. So that now we have a double checking system to try not to have the same mistake.
Are you able to look into your system to see if the same date keeps getting entered by your cashiers?
Say it again, please.
So a lot of times what happens is cashiers don't wanna go through the trouble of looking at the ID and punching in the
Yes.
date.
Yes.
So they pick a date that they know is gonna clear, that they can memorize, and just punch it in over and over again. Are you able to look at your system to see
Yes.
if the same dates are being
Yes.
punched in?
Yes.
You
We can track everything by POS
So
system.
do you look at that?
We don't until something happens, but we will try to check like every once in a while. Then we check all the the alcohol sales, and then we can even check the punching date as well.
Okay.
So we can
This is
double
a
check.
second violation in 2 years, so
Yes.
please understand that we
Yes.
do have the authority to suspend or revoke your license. Okay, for these types of violations.
Suspension.
We
No.
can do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please
So,
not to. Yes. Yes.
Please make sure it
Sure,
doesn't happen
yes,
again, and
yes,
these
I will.
compliance checks come around every year, so
Yes.
you folks should be ready for them.
Yes.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $2,000.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 19, the recommended fine of $2,000 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 20, Tony's Liquor and Deli. Tony's Liquor and Deli. I didn't make a phone call.
Go ahead.
Chair, members of the commission, this was a hearing that was continued by, I believe, the request of Tony's Liquor and Deli. I attempted to contact the licensee, but I left a voicemail, never received any call back. But a letter was sent to Tony's Liquor and Deli, I believe the LLC manager on October 29, 2019. We did not have any return mail.
Would you like to move for default?
I will be moving for a default.
I'm sorry, for clarification, that letter you just identified, that's to notify the licensee of this hearing date today?
Yes.
Thank you.
And what's your recommendation, Ms. Ogata?
This is a first violation. Recommendation is a $1,000 fine.
Motion to approve a default judgment in the amount of $1,000.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 20, the recommended default judgment of $1,000 is approved. Calling agenda item number 21.
Yes, Chair, due to a conflict, I'm gonna have to recuse from agenda item number 21, 22, and 23.
Thank you, Commissioner Lee.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Keith Kiyuchi. For the licensee to my right is April Whiting Haraguchi. She's the president of the licensee. As to item number 21, waive reading of the charge and enter a plea of no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 21, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata?
This is a second offense. Recommendation is a $750 fine, excuse me.
Mr. Kyuchi, any comment?
Yeah, the licensee jumped the gun, but the alteration was ultimately approved. At the time of the inspection, which is October 29, 2018, the date you see there, the request's been pending for about 5 months, but they jumped the gun.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $750.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 21, the recommended fine of $750 is approved. Calling agenda item number 22, Champs.
Again, good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Keith Kiyuchi. For the licensee to my right is April Whiting Haraguchi. She's the president of the licensee as to all four charges under agenda item number 22. We waive reading of the charge and enter a plea of no contest.
Motion to accept no contest pleas for agenda item 22 for charges 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 22, charges 1 through 4 is approved.
Ms. Ogata, what are your recommendations?
For charge one, this is a second offense. Recommended fine is a $500 fine. The licensee also has the option to reclassify their license. I do not believe they'd like to do that at this time after speaking with Mr. Kiuchi, but they do have that option at this time. Would you like me to go down the whole
Yes,
list? Okay.
please.
As to charge two, this is also a second offense. Recommendation is a $500 fine. As to charge three, this is a third offense. Recommendation is a $1,000 fine. And as to charge four, this is a first offense. Recommendation is a $500 fine, totaling $2,500 in fines.
To give my explanation, I want to give the commission, this is the sales for Champs for October, and as I explain it, it'll become apparent why I'm passing it.
I have seen a copy of this. I have no
I
objection
gave it to her,
to-
it's the only first 4 pages.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I need to go through some history. This license was picked up on July 1st, 2015. So for the first year, they met the 30%. That wasn't an issue. They did have a kitchen, although it was a small kitchen, but they met the requirement. So second year, which is 16, 17, they did not meet the requirement. They haven't met the requirement from 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19. So at the end of fiscal year 16, 17, I talked to my client, and they decided at that point, because the food sales were not that good, they were gonna try to do something else, because the kitchen was basically a prep kitchen. There was nothing to cook in there, because there was no grease trap. So they started discussions with the landlord to take over the space next door. That discussion started almost the last month of 2017, early 2018. They finally negotiated an extension with the landlord and started to get the permit. So the alteration violation in item number 21 was because they had expanded to the space next door, and what they did is they started to build a kitchen in the space next door. So they put the kitchen, they put, the burners and everything else. So that takes us to, by the time they put that in, that's like December 2018. It has taken them until September of 2019 to open that kitchen. So that kitchen was not functional until September 2019. What I'm showing you are the sales for the first full month, which is October 2019. And it shows that with, including the catering, their food sales are about 25.3% of sales. Just so you have some context, in the years when they didn't meet it, it was as bad as 1.5%, because there were really no food sales. So when I talked to Ms. Ogata, I told her the licensee did not want to change the license category because they've spent money to get the kitchen in. It has been literally a long process in terms of both permitting as well as getting the landlord to agree, and now that they finally have it in, what I want to show the commission is that the licensee fully intends to run a full kitchen and the food sales will increase. This is just the first month of a full kitchen, so it's at 25.3%. So they have every expectation that in trying to market their business, they'll go above the 30%, which is why they want to convert. So that explains really items number one. Item number one is because they didn't have a kitchen, which they now have. Item number two is they didn't meet the 30%. And item number three is really related to item number two. As to item number four, which was subpoena documents, that went over to their accountant. Their accountant didn't supply the subpoena documents in a timely fashion. we acknowledge that. My understanding is eventually all the documents were supplied. But this is a subpoena for a much longer period of time. It's from July 1st, 2015 through sometime in 2018. So there may have been documents in 15 that were not produced.
Can we have, is someone from the auditor's office here?
Oh, we have Sang Bongfila from the auditor's office.
Thank you.
Sang Wongfila, Liquor Commission Auditor.
Can you tell us what Mr. Kiuchi just represented to this commission?
Okay, basically since they pick up the license since July 2015, I believe then, well, we had the gross liquor sales report that showed that they never made the 30% food sales. But like he just said, they never had a kitchen. So now that they have the kitchen, I'm
Have
not
they
sure.
furnished you with all of the information that you have required from the licensee?
In the past, they had, well, except the one that, the item 4, which,
Correct. You
which
do not have the gross liquor
which
sales?
I didn't know anything about.
That was for 2015?
I think what happened is that we were not able to supply 15, 16. That's my recollection, because like Mr. Bongfila said, in the previous years, it was supplied, but the subpoena went back to July 1st, 2015, in part because they didn't meet the requirement, and that's why it went back that far. But that subpoena was sent in 2019.
Is that accurate, Ms. Obata?
Yes, the requested records went back to July of 2015.
Okay. So we should not see you here for these violations again, Mr. Kiuchi? Is that what you're representing?
We're hoping we hit the 30%, so, what's that? Yeah, so, you know, before for the luau, they were not doing like the laulau, the meats, the kalua pig. Now they're doing all of that.
Yeah, I just picked it up.
They were just
We
doing,
just did a negotiation with
yeah.
them.
They're just doing the poke and the poi and some of the desserts before, but now they've picked up the whole
All the
thing.
protein.
And part of that's because the guys who were running that used to do the food out of the old Puck's Alley space.
We recall.
Really?
Yeah.
Very familiar with the
And
people that
now
were
they're
doing it
shutting
before,
that
Mr.
down,
Kiuchi.
so, well, they gotta shut down because
Okay, so
that's.
you're almost in full compliance with the
We,
restaurant
we will
license,
do
huh?
everything we can. This last year, which is different, is we tracked the GLS totally off of the POS system, which we did not do the year before.
Very good.
Okay.
Time will tell, but
Yeah.
just remember, Mr. Kiuchi, 30% is the minimum.
I know, and
Right? Don't
you're
think
right,
about
you're absolutely
30%.
right, Chair.
How about 60%?
Yeah, you're right,
You'd be
Chair.
You want it to
happy,
be a
everybody be
restaurant.
Yeah,
happy,
yeah.
right?
All
Thank
right,
you.
so, motion to approve the recommended fines of $500 for charge 1, $500 for charge 2, $1,000 for charge 3, and $500 for charge 4, for a total of $2,500.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 22, charge number 1, the recommended fine of $500 is approved. Agenda item number 22, charge number 2, the recommended fine of $500 is approved. Agenda item number 22, charge number 3, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. And agenda item number 22, charge number 4, the recommended fine of $500 is approved for a grand total of $2,500. Thank you, Mr. Kiuchi.
I'm number
We have
23.
Let me turn,
Last one.
let me turn my page here.
Okay.
Good. Fingernails. Okay, calling agenda item number 23, Champs Hawaii Sports Bar and Restaurant.
Again, good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. Keith Kiuchi for the licensee. To my right is April Whiting Haraguchi. She is the president of the licensee. As to agenda item 23, we waive reading of charge, enter plea of no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 23, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is the first violation. Recommendation is a $500 fine.
This one's a lot easier too.
Go ahead.
This one, what happened is the construction I described, so they lost their storage area. So they asked the landlord to store stuff in the landlord's area, except that's not part of the licensed premises, so that's what they got charged for.
Okay. And everything now is back to where it's supposed to be?
Yes, including, I hope to see you here on the preliminary hearing for their entertainment license sometime next month.
Right.
So,
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 23, the recommended fine of $500 is approved.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can we have Commissioner Lee back, please, on the DS? Somebody Googled Mr. Lee. Getting a head start on us, yeah. Okay. Calling agenda item number 24, Bacchus, Waikiki.
If you can give me all of them, so I will need all of, yes, 6. One to Mark and then the rest of.
Is this a contested hearing?
Yes, it is.
Good afternoon. I'm John Blatt. I'm the managing member of EBB LLC, doing business as Bacchus Waikiki. Yes,
My name is David Barker, that's D-A-V-I-D, B as in boy, A-R-K-E-R. I'm a member of the corporation.
On or about June 2nd, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee permitted liquor to be consumed on the premises of the licensee or on any premises connected therewith, to wit, in a stairwell outside of the licensed premises, whether there purchased or not, where consumption in such an area is not permitted by the terms of the license, in violation of section 281-78 subsection B2 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
Gentlemen, how do you wish to plead?
I would like to clarify a couple of matters before we plead.
No, you need a first plea.
Well, some of the things that in the charge are not correct, so I can't
You
plead.
have to plead either way, and then we can take it up whether you want to contest it or not, and then we can go forward depending on how you plead.
Okay. In that case, I guess we'll go not guilty for the moment.
Okay. Do you want a moment to confer with the prosecutor? That might help clarify some in terms of the charge itself?
We could certainly do that.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Can I have a motion to convene recess? Can we recess?
Should be just one in a few minutes.
Recess.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We are now back on the official record.
Thank you very much, Chair, members of the commission. After having an opportunity to speak with the licensee, I believe they would like to change their plea.
Very good.
We, first of all, thank you for allowing us that time to go over things. These procedures are not exactly second nature to us, so.
Understood, and I sense that that's why I wanted to give you that opportunity, but how do you wish to plead?
Thank you. Okay, we will change the plea to no contest. What we would like to at least read a little statement and tell you about our side of things.
Okay.
And why we think that there might be some.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 24, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata, your recommendation.
This is a second violation. My recommendation is a $2,000 fine. However, I would like to also put on the record that the previous violation of this type was 5 years ago, and if this violation had occurred about a month later, this would be back to being a first, given our 5-year look back window.
Understood. Mr. Black, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna have Mr. Barker read a little statement which will give you our side of things in a somewhat more concise manner than I might otherwise be able to.
Thank you. So on this evening, it was last call, about 1:50 in the morning, and we had a doorman. It's his job to make sure that alcohol doesn't cross the line. He went to one side of Lanai to say, hey, time to put your drinks on the bar, and out you go. Went to the other side of Lanai, couple of guests still there, please, it's last call, time to go. In that quick duration, it probably took him 30 to 60 seconds, the customer passed 2 signs that say no alcohol behind this point and walked 10 steps down the stairs where he seemed to linger. So as the door guy gets back, he's like, what? But one of the inspectors was there first. We do have 6 large signs around our bar saying, don't take alcohol across this line. We really.
You all have these,
It has been 18 months since anything else of any violation has happened. We really try hard to run a clean ship, and sometimes a mistake happens. Mistakes happen. You know, when we got the investigative report, there was one result that wasn't included, but we were just informed what it is, and that's fine. And there was a photograph that's not of our bar, and mistakes happen. And I think we made a mistake that night, and we're requesting leniency. We did go through a process of education and remediation with our staff after it occurred. And yeah, I think we made a mistake, and we regret that.
This particular hallway or stairway, do you folks share it with other lessees or licensees, or do you have full control of it?
There's a Thai restaurant that is right next door to us, and customers can and do approach either the bar or the restaurant by one of 2 stairways. So I have to say, it's shared. Also, the handicap elevator is sort of more on our side. So if somebody wants to go to the restaurant, then they have, and they're handicapped, then they have to use the elevator that's on our side.
Okay. And I assume the Thai restaurant doesn't do much to help you folks monitor the traffic out on the.
No, we're good neighbors, but no.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me if I may, again, this picture which you have, this is our lanai between our business and the Thai restaurant. And as you see, we block that off as best we can to say no alcoholic beverages beyond that point on the lanai, which would be going towards the other stairway and the Thai restaurant.
And in our shared bathrooms, we have 3 signs that say, this is not licensed premise for Bacchus or Science Square, so that everybody knows you can't take your drink into the bathroom.
And you said how much, you said how many staff?
10 staff.
Staff. How much staff is assigned to monitor that area and?
There's 1 dedicated staff on very busy nights. Yes, to the door, to check IDs and greet people. And on that night, there would have been 5 to 6 staff.
Okay, but only 1 outside to monitor
That's
those
correct.
areas? Perhaps when it's last call, you might wanna have some backup out there.
Rearrange our staffing pattern. That's a great idea.
Ms. Ogata, what would your recommendation be if this was the first offense?
$1,000.
Hearing the explanation and seeing as this was about a month away from being a first-time violation for adjudication purposes, my recommendation, my motion is to issue a $1,000 fine.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 24, a $1,000 fine will be imposed.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate your consideration very much.
Calling agenda item number 25, do we have any administrative matters? None. Calling agenda item number 26, this is for discussion and response to the petition to amend the rules of the Liquor Commission as stated in Resolution 19-221 CD1 adopted November 6, 2019. And we have court counsel, are we just approving to the resolution? What would you like to do?
I probably won't give any advice, up here in public, but if you want to go into executive session, we can discuss that. But you're also free
yes.
to discuss in open, your thoughts on the adoption of the resolution.
I would prefer to go into executive session to discuss this.
Motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Move in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. We are now in executive session. No more discussion.
Our whole family is here. Like, were we that long?
My son's in Oregon right now.
Oh, that's
okay.
great.
Well,
Facing his Okoyo.
let me, clean the chocolate out of my gum.
That's not on the record.
Okay, we are, back on the official record. Agenda item number 26, Commissioners, do you have a type of action?
Yes, Chair. Motion to initiate proceedings in accordance with Hawaii Revised Statutes, Chapter 91, for the amendments to the rules as stated in Resolution 19-221 CD-1.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, motion is carried. No further business? Thank you very much.